power of love and find acceptance, growth, and self-discovery. I'm Pratima Prashnajit. Hello, and welcome to our first edition of September 2024. And I've been to a few events over the summer, a lot of family gatherings, a lot of weddings where you have all of these clash of traditions and norms and beliefs, and how these beliefs impact our lives, whether you're from different generations and whether you're studying, if you're a homemaker, raising children, taking care of your husband and your household, whether you're trying to figure out your place in this world. Belief has to do with how you stand, and that's what this week's episode is all about. So let's get straight into it. In high school, my favorite subject was English literature. I've always loved stories and admired my friend Vijay for her brilliant cognitive abilities, reflected in her outstanding grades in both English, language, and literature. While preparing for the CXC exams, my private tutor pulled me aside during one of our after-school sessions. In hindsight, perhaps that's why I stopped paying her tuition fees for an entire year. Maybe I should have focused more on classics like The Young Warriors, To Kill a Mockingbird, and A Cow Called Boy, instead of indulging in my personal favorites like Goosebumps and Shivers. To add to my childhood trauma, my school automatically dropped me from pursuing English literature at the Caribbean Examination Council. During this critical phase of personal development, the school system, society, skeptical individuals, and even family members can impose limiting beliefs on an already vulnerable teenager, especially one who is introverted, dealing with acne, and enduring daily commutes from a rural area to the city. These pressures can cloud your self-belief and self-worth. Negativity often hits us in waves, like powerful tides crashing against our resistance, threatening to shatter us into pieces, much like a fishing boat torn apart by a storm, leaving its broken pieces adrift near the shore. As a collective, we've been conditioned to seek validation from external sources, people, possessions, and achievements, leading to a high cost of depression, loneliness, fractured relationships, unfulfilled careers, and homes cluttered with things that add no real value to our lives. These challenges often appear at pivotal moments in our lives, serving as opportunities to harness our inner strength and transform them into catalysts for personal growth. The truth is, your innate power depends on your belief in yourself, your potential, your passions and purpose and visions. It is your belief, not anyone else's, that drives your subconscious, which is the dominant force of the human mind. One of my most impactful discoveries this year is that humans are hardwired for negativity bias. This explains why, despite Aunt Pam inviting 300 guests to her son's posh wedding, she fixated on the one guest who declined, overshadowing the 299 others who attended. While we should appreciate the overwhelming support, it's the single no-show that dominates Aunt Pam's thoughts all summer. Understanding this negativity bias allows us to consciously choose how we respond to people and situations, both in our inner and outer worlds. Despite the above setback, I've continued to write stories that inspire readers to hone their passions and create the lives they deserve. I firmly believe that with self awareness and self trust, coupled with a rigorous daily practice like our trusted VR method coaching, we can become whatever we align our cognitive abilities with. And as neuroscientist Dr. Duty said, no one has the right to destroy anyone's dreams. So I've done my share of reading over the summer, and I've indulged in some works which I've never came across before. Terms like negativity bias, heuristics, and traits in our humankind evolution, and how these physiological aspects of ourselves shape the beliefs about ourselves. And, we often tell ourselves, this is how I am, I cannot change. Or hear others say, why are you like this? But why is change so hard? The answer lies in self-fulfilling prophecies. It's not just you. These deep-seated beliefs shape your actions and behavior, often leading to outcomes that reinforce the original belief. While we've evolved physically as a species, some subconscious patterns remain unchanged, and until you consciously decide to break the cycle. Consider the example of setting an intention to start working out. The most difficult day is often the first day, that Monday. And this resistance isn't just about laziness or lack of motivation. It's deeply rooted in our evolutionary history. Our caveman ancestors, living in a world of constant danger and scarcity, had to conserve energy to survive. Their brains were hardwired to avoid unnecessary exertion unless it was critical for survival, like fleeing from predators or hunting for food. This instinctual need to conserve energy in the face of uncertainty has evolved into modern day heuristics that lead us to resist change, particularly when it involves perceived threats or discomfort. For instance, when it comes to working out, your mind body subconsciously stores exercise as a threat because of the emotional memories you associate with it. It's so hard, I'm too lazy, I don't have the time, gym fees are expensive, I'm not seeing results, the drive to the gym is too long, and so on. These thought patterns, rooted in a scarcity mindset, manifest in various areas of our lives, from our careers to our relationships, often preventing us from reaching our full potential. But the truth is, these barriers, while deeply ingrained, can be overcome by becoming aware of the subconscious patterns that dictate our behaviors and choosing to rewire them through intentional action. We can break free from the constraints of our evolutionary past. This process requires patience and persistence, but it's through this conscious effort that we can begin to align our beliefs with our goals, unlocking new levels of growth and fulfillment. Now let's look at some of the characteristics of limiting self-beliefs. So beliefs can be in different categories. It could be a scarcity mindset, fixed mindset, perfectionism, limiting self-beliefs. You have success equals worth, blaming external circumstances, and the need for approval. So, and let's look at someone who has like a scarcity mindset and how it affects your relationships, your career, your health, personal growth, and lifestyle, different areas of your life. So a scarcity mindset in your relationship could be like something like jealousy and possessiveness and fear of losing loved ones. And this leads to having strained relationships and increased conflicts and fighting and arguing and emotional insecurity. Scarcity mindset can show up in your career as, you always wanting to refuse to share knowledge or opportunities with your colleagues. That can limit your growth in your career, lack of collaboration, and a toxic work environment. In your health, having a scarcity mindset can lead to the reluctance to spend money on health, example, avoiding doctor visits, gym membership, and this can lead to declining physical and mental well-being or chronic stress. In your personal growth, a scarcity mindset can show up in your life as avoiding self-improvement activities due to fear of limited opportunities or time. And that can cause stagnation, missed opportunities for development, and unfulfilled potential. Let's see how it shows up in your lifestyle. Constant financial worry, frugality leading to a limited lifestyle, persistent stress, instability to enjoy life, and feelings of deprivation. So another common limiting self-belief category is perfectionism, and this can show up in your relationship as setting unrealistic expectations for partners, and this can impact your life as frequent conflicts and disappointments and eventual relationship breakdown. Perfectionism in your career can show up as delaying projects until they're perfect, missing deadlines, and this can lead to missed opportunities, stress, and eventual burnout. Perfectionism in your health can show up in your life as strict adherence to extreme diets or exercise regimes, leading to cycles of binging or quitting. And this can cause unstable health habits, increased stress, and potential for eating disorders or injury. Perfectionism in your personal growth area of your life, this can look like something as avoiding new activities due to fear of not excelling immediately. And this can lead to lack of growth, missed opportunities for new experience, and dissatisfaction. And how does it look in your lifestyle? Well, striving for a perfect lifestyle leads to chronic dissatisfaction and the constant stress, never feeling good enough, and inability to enjoy life's simple pleasures. Now you have the beliefs, limiting self-beliefs, and this can show up in your relationship as belief of unworthiness that leads to self-sabotage in relationships, and an impact in your relationship could be toxic relationships, lack of fulfillment, and repeated patterns of failure in relationships. Limiting self-beliefs in your career can look like avoiding leadership roles and promotion due to self-doubt. And this limited career growth and lack of professional recognition and slow self-esteem can impact your life in general. And how does it look in your health? Having limiting self-beliefs in this department can lead to chronic health issues, low energy levels, and poor quality of life because the belief that improving health is impossible, leading to continued unhealthy habits. Personal growth, having limiting self-beliefs in this area leads to a behavioral pattern of avoiding challenging pursuits, believing they are beyond your capabilities, and which impacts your life as stunted personal growth, low self-confidence, and unfulfilled potential. So now that we've seen how our belief is like programming our subconscious and just leading our lives on autopilot that we're not even aware of, how can we maximize our human potential to learn and change? So the barriers mentioned above, negativity bias, heuristics, and humankind evolution, can also act as catalysts for personal growth and transformation. When approached with the right mindset and strategies. Let's look at how each of these barriers, as we mentioned earlier, we can transform them as catalyst. Negativity bias as a catalyst. So as a barrier, negativity bias leads us to focus on negative experiences and overlook positive ones, which can hinder personal progress and happiness. As a catalyst, understanding and recognizing negativity bias can motivate us to actively practice positive thinking and resilience. By becoming aware of this bias, we can develop strategies to counteract it, such as keeping a gratitude journal, focusing on strengths and successes, and consciously shifting our perspective to appreciate positive aspects of our lives. This awareness helps us build emotional resilience and fosters a more balanced outlook, driving personal growth. So let's look at heuristics as a catalyst. As a barrier, heuristics are mental shortcuts that can lead to biased judgments and decisions, often causing us to avoid challenges or stick to comfort zones. As a catalyst, recognizing the influence of heuristics can inspire us to question automatic thought patterns and explore new ways of thinking. For example, understanding that our initial reluctance to start a new workout routine is influenced by mental shortcuts can encourage us to critically evaluate these thoughts and make more deliberate, informed actions and decisions. This awareness can lead to more adaptive strategies for overcoming obstacles and achieving goals. Humankind evolution as a catalyst. As a barrier, our evolutionary past has wired us for survival, which includes conserving energy and avoiding unnecessary risks, impacting our ability to embrace change. As a catalyst, by acknowledging that our evolutionary traits influence our current behavior, we can leverage this knowledge to create strategies that align with our modern goals. For example, understanding that the urge to avoid discomfort is a survival instinct allows us to design gradual and manageable steps toward change. This approach helps us build new habits and overcome resistance by aligning our actions with our long-term objectives, thus transforming evolutionary barriers into growth opportunities. So let's talk about some of the tools that we can use to overcome limiting self-beliefs. So I've spent over 10 years exploring and practicing a range of methods from ancient wisdom, humankind history, neuroscience, psychology, psychiatry, and behavioral economics. Despite the diverse approaches these fields take toward personal growth and change, one constant remains, and that is AIR, which we like to call the AIR method, and it's attention, intention, and repetition. And we delve into the AIR method in detail in episode 7 of our series, which you can explore for further insights. So one of our favorite tools from the AIR method coaching toolkit is journaling, which holds significant power. And let's talk about how this contributes to personal growth. I mean, there's so much power with paper and pen, or pencil and paper. And like we discussed earlier about the different the beliefs category. Remember, the beliefs is what is the gatekeeper of your subconscious. And when you're performing your day on autopilot, you're not aware of these beliefs that are actually not good for you until you write them down on paper and you make them visible and you can see them for what they are. So that's one good thing about journaling: visibility. Journaling helps externalize your subconscious thoughts, making them visible on paper. This aligns with the attention, or the A phase of the AIR method, emphasizing the importance of clarity. Next crucial point to start a journaling exercise in your daily routine is for clarity and intentionality. By clearing the mental clutter, journaling creates space for intentions that align with your purpose, helping you transition from autopilot to a more intentional and meaningful life. And starting a journaling practice brings you daily insights. It provides valuable insights into where changes are needed in your thoughts and behavioral patterns that guides you toward effective transformation. Most importantly, journaling is in building resilient habits that reflect your true passions and goals, supporting long-term growth and alignment with your authentic self. Journaling offers a blueprint of the trajectory of your life, imprinted on your subconscious from any limiting self-beliefs. And this awareness enables you to identify and reshape these beliefs, allowing for a more empowered and intentional path forward. So I'm going to give you a little bit of homework. Earlier we talked about the belief category and how each impact the different area in your life, your career, your relationship, your health, your lifestyle. So what I want you to do, like if you have a pen and paper by your side right now, or you can always replay this podcast and just get a book or a paper, an art sheet, and just put like 3 columns. And then each column you write relationship, you put your career, you put your lifestyle, you put what else is there? You will figure it out. And under each area of your life, you want to put the category of beliefs, whether it's scarcity mindset, a fixed mindset, perfectionism, etc. And you want to randomly pay attention to each area. You can start with your relationship and analyze your thought patterns and you jot them down, and you want to know, how does that affect your life? How does that affect you and your partner in your conversations and the decisions that you make? So we also upload a written format of this podcast on our website, zappofarms.com, and there you can able to see a pretty good example of the table. We provide a template for a powerful journaling exercise, so you can use that. You can print it out or just look at it. After completing the exercise, you will gain a clear view of the trajectory of each area of your life. And you can be able to consider these questions. Ask yourself, what area of your life would you like to change? What are you most satisfied with? Are you satisfied with the way your relationship is going? Are you satisfied with the way your career is going? How about your health? How about your lifestyle, your personal growth or development? Can you see how your current belief in that particular area is influencing your behavior? Is this behavior driven by an external source, or is it rooted in a limiting belief? Is it your partner? Is it a friend? Is it your neighbor? Or is it just a limiting belief? Can you identify beliefs that are no longer serving you? Is having a fixed mindset serving you in your relationship? Is having a mindset of perfectionism serving you in your career or your relationship? What new habits can you create to shift these behavioral patterns? So that's your homework. Have fun. And while you are having your journal and exercise, one thing you must always remember, that love is the pathway to freedom from all of this limiting self-beliefs in your life, and at some point in your life that you feel that you're not moving, you're not elevating. Just remember what love can do for you. It's not about you. I can't tell you how many times this mantra has come up in conversations, movies, and even in my own thoughts over the past year. This summer, my brother and I started a Marvel marathon, which led us to Doctor Strange. Watching the film for the 3rd time, I was struck by the powerful morals that we as human beings can embrace to change the course of our lives. The character, Dr. Stephen Strange, played by the brilliant and handsome Benedict Cumberbatch, embodies the essence of humanity, a species with infinite potential, yet often limited by our conditioned beliefs about our collective purpose. We live our lives clinging to the illusions of what surrounds us, mistaking them for true power and success, and allowing them to define our worth. This delusional beliefs traps us in a cycle of endless gratification, leaving us yearning and unfulfilled. What would it be like to reach a stage where there is no more seeking, only fulfillment, no more wanting? The answer lies in the belief in love. Love, at its core, is about giving, being of service, letting go of expectations, creating an outflow. It is through the power of giving that we transcend the need for external validation and experience true worthiness. When our beliefs align with serving the collective, we unlock our highest potential, true bliss, and our true nature. No longer do we need to brace ourselves against the storm, for we realize that living out of alignment with our true nature was what clouded our vision. It was never a storm, just an illusion born from our limiting beliefs. With this new mindset, we are free to explore the vast possibilities of what it means to be human. Thank you for listening to Embody Your True Color Love. If you haven't already, subscribe, rate, and share your review of our podcast. Your feedback helps our podcast extend its healing reach on a global scale. Connect with me on our social media platforms at Zappa Farms. You can find all of the links in the show notes below. I eagerly anticipate hearing your stories each time, and I'm open to suggestions for future topics to explore. Your engagement fuels our journey together.